again, America. On Christmas Eve, I'm holding everyone hostage for the third time.
I don't even celebrate this holiday, you fuck.
Too bad. We celebrated Hanukkah with you, buddy.
Correction. You and I sang that fucking song for 8 nights.
Yo, that was so much fun.
The
Fun
things
fact.
you do when I'm not around. Wow.
Dude, I have a song for November and a song for December now. I am set.
Oh, boy.
Well, no, technically you have a song for Hanukkah, and the Hanukkah song can only be played on Hanukkah itself. Remember,
Which is
Hanukkah
usually
moves
in
around.
December.
For all you know, it can end up in November.
Yeah, but,
So then you'll have to post 2 songs in November.
Dave, don't you know that Thanksgiving is one day, and I play that song every day in November? So your Hanukkah song, buddy, is every day in December. On New Year's Eve, I'm going to be hanging out with Natalie, like playing a song about Jewish holiday tradition. So eat it!
Except the song is just about latkes.
I mean,
It's
that's
not
what
even
writing a song
religious.
about.
That's part of tradition.
I mean,
So,
fair.
guys, I have an initial surprise real quick.
Oh, boy.
I have some real questions from people this time.
Oh, real questions. All right.
Fucking
yes.
really?
Sure.
Yes. So, Ray asks, when are you guys going to have guests? I want to talk about Resident Evil.
Well, Ray, the guest inviting process is a long, complicated thing in which we have to find a way to add a 5th screen to this 4-screen setup.
Actually, I had a thought on that.
Oh, no. That's so terribly hard.
Well, even, I think Tino's frozen.
Tino was frozen.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I don't mind.
The role of Tino will be played by this Markiplier.jpg.
Okay. In any case, you know what? Every time I've tried to fix it, I haven't been able to get back on the chat. So I'm just going to stay frozen.
All right. I can work with this. We
I've
can all
had
assume
enough-
what... You know what? I think the best way to do this is, like, in Tino's, like, area, he could just do, like, stick figure facial reactions whenever he's, like, appalled by something I say, which is every 5 seconds. So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
yeah. So,
True.
I actually had a thought about the guest thing, because I wasn't sure if Tino could add a 5th screen or not, and I didn't want to, like, ask him to do that. The thought I had was, if we have, like, a guest that we want to bring on, there might be a way, like, since Ray's in my area, that maybe he could just, like, show up where I am, and then we're both on screen. Like, I could figure out a mic situation with that.
True. But
totally
what would be funnier is if Tino just overlaid the 5th screen with Ray on it over the bottom corners of our screen where our screens meet, and it's a whole Brady Bunch situation.
I would like that. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, look, I can add as many screens as Discord can hold, but that's technical talk for another time.
Yeah. So basically, to answer Ray's question, guests will be... I'm going to make this like a 2-part answer. 1, once we fully figure out the technical logistics. And 2, if we want to do any in-person stuff, probably when the vaccine is rolling out more. So, there we go.
Indeed. Dear listeners, if you are listening to this podcast many years from now, then you are listening to an artifact of the COVID times. Help us, please. Time travel back in time and help us. That
So
is an obscure reference, not to 12 Monkeys, and Tino know what I'm referring to.
I actually don't.
Film school subjected you to that French film enough times. You'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it because I tried to purge my memory of film school.
I mean, fair. So, is there any other questions, Will?
Yes, from Mai.
Oh God, no.
So I sent her the link.
I'm sorry, Mai.
Stop putting words in people's mouths, Will.
I sent her a link to the first episode, and she replied, "Rude, you did a game room without me. You'll pay for this."
Ooh.
So the 4 of us are in trouble, boys.
That's not
No,
good.
correction. Your ass is in trouble.
But
No,
Fuck you. I'm throwing you to
she
the
meant
wolves.
it as
We're
the
definitely
plural
all
you.
in trouble.
Will,
We're
where's
all
the
in
So,
Dave, do you
so
really
hilarious.
think Mai's not going to get us all?
So Mai lives technically in my neck of the woods, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, you're the first one she's gonna get to.
Her ass has got to get to Morristown first.
If we see Dave's screen just go blank, well, we'll know what's going on.
Steve's also in New Jersey, so once Dave's screen goes blank, Steve's gonna have to fortify the house.
So, fun fact about New Jersey: Steve lives like 2 hours away from me.
Yeah, so it's going to be at least 2 hours before I'm dead.
He's got 2 hours to prepare.
Mai can get me in like half an hour because she's in Jersey City.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, there was another part of that comment. JK, I love you guys. Just have me on occasion.
That's actually a good plan.
Yeah, I would actually really like to, because this kind of piggybacks off of Ray's question. Eventually, I think it would be cool to have people who used to be like part of the game room at Temple appear as guests, like Marquise, Lauren, Mai. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, no
I'd be objection
down.
Here.
Yeah.
But is this entire podcast going to be like our staff meeting for upcoming podcasts?
No, I think I'm going to go
that was just answering the questions we got. We actually got a few questions now. So those are the real ones, guys.
So then can I bring you guys the fun icebreaker that I have for you?
Wait, whose turn was it this week?
It's Steve's, but I just want to bring this up.
All right.
We haven't formalized it. I had no idea.
I don't have a topic.
That's
all
right.
I can talk about memes for an hour.
Great. Oh, great. Then this will be great for what I'm about to bring up. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone listening, it's weird to say that because this is a journey we're about to go on. Truly a journey.
Oh, boy. It's
a journey that starts with the dating sim. It goes to a Hallmark original movie. And it has ended recently. Today. With a fucking gaming console.
Are you talking about the KFC?
Yes, I am. The Colonel.
That thing? I thought that was a joke. I thought that was something the Babylon Bee made up. That's real?
No, that's very real.
It's
gosh.
The rule with KFC is now it's a great joke and it's now real. So the deal is that it's a customized gaming PC with a fucking chicken drawer in it.
I love you, Colonel. 96% like this?
Oh, so fun fact, me and Flora actually played this dating sim, like to completion, and it's fantastic.
I'm going to force myself to watch the Lifetime original movie.
There's a Lifetime movie?
Steve,
yeah, there is.
I had respect for you. I had respect for you.
Had?
I mean,
Tino,
past tense.
I don't know why you ever had
Tino, I recall
to be
your
fair,
ass.
It had been eroded down over the years, but that was like the final nail in the coffin. I mean, my gosh.
You don't have a place to fucking talk, Tino, considering that I know for a fact you played that dating sim that my conductor made.
Yeah, okay, but that was like a game that your conductor made. I was curious.
You don't get to make fun of Steve and his chicken fucking when you fuck the house.
Listen, there was no chicken fucking. That wasn't a thing.
I like that Will nearly choked on his beer.
Oh!
Look, Home Improvement...
Oh, that burns my lungs like Christmas!
Home Improvement went horribly, horribly wrong. Alcohol was involved. And...
No, you don't get to explain it away like that. Alcohol was involved now. I want to know why you're messing with houses on the dating market.
Okay, look,
Will,
his orchestra dragged me into it. I had no idea what was happening until it was too late to back out.
All that my conductor did was send you the fucking link. The rest was on you, asshole.
With no explanation and no context. It was like a train wreck. Once you start looking, you just can't stop, even if you desperately want to.
Backstory for everyone here. I sing in a video game orchestra that has kind of not been meeting because of COVID, but we all stay in touch. It's a thing, and we're trying to do a virtual concert now. Please support us.
It's on Steam?
No, it's not.
No,
It's on
the
Steam.
thing.
The KFC.
Oh, the KFC
Dating
one
Sim's on
is.
Steam.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about is for a game jam. My conductor and a few friends of mine decided to make a dating sim called Renovate Your Heart, where the various people you romance are the different parts of a house.
It was a great exercise in Renpai, but very, very... I had nightmares afterwards about home improvement.
The game is free, and I'm going to go post a link to it in the general for anyone who wishes to try.
Oh,
You're right.
boy.
I love
Check
you,
the
Colonel
description.
Sanders is
Check
free.
the description.
I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna download this game.
Oh, Will is currently downloading the Colonel Sanders game.
It's free, so you know what? Let's find out what this is about.
Oh my goodness.
It's
No, okay, nothing good has ever come
No, you
from a
don't get
free
to throw
dating
this
sim
out
game.
there.
I thought we've known this since like 2017.
No, that's not
No,
true.
we haven't known
I've played
this.
free-to-play games, dating sim games that have been pretty...
The only thing that comes out of that is nightmares. You can't convince me otherwise.
Well, I mean...
Shoot, I can't seem to find... I will find a link at some point to the dating sim that my conductor made. Unless Tino
This was
still has it
released
somewhere.
back in 2019.
Probably.
So this is an older
But that's
game.
free in case anyone wants that. But no. So yes, the KFC journey that started with a joke dating sim that they made for real because fuck it, commit to the joke, went to a Hallmark movie that once again is going to be real.
Okay, I
And it's
understand.
now at a gaming console that's actually... So the gaming console is just a very
this isn't
customized
good.
gaming PC.
Okay, I understand how a joke game about dating Colonel Sanders gets made. Okay,
Okay.
sure.
How
How
does
does
figure out how
that
to get this
end
back
up
on.
getting transferred over to Lifetime of all places, and somebody looks at that pitch and says, yes, I would like to greenlight this. I would like to give money towards this project. Like, what kind of salesmanship skills do you have to have in order to greenlight a project like this? Like, what planet am I living on?
KFC's market... Oh, we lost Tino. That was...
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No, we
we
lost
lost
No,
Will.
we lost Will. Will is gone.
Will has
Oh,
just...
and that...
The game crashed his Discord! The game crashed his Discord!
That's a shame.
now my OBS is going to be all messed up.
Sorry, dude.
It's fine. You know what? This is appropriate. The KFC dating game just screwed up this podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
the Lifetime movie is called A Recipe for Seduction. It already premiered.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta unscrew up the stream now.
Please bear with us. Technical difficulties, folks.
And today just, like, wasn't to be.
I'm back.
And Tino's frozen, because I think he's unfucking the stream, because your absence may have fucked the stream a little.
Yeah, so I think I know what happened. Downloading the Colonel Sanders dating sim crashed my Discord somehow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That sounds like the dating sim equivalent of cancer.
So this will be an adventure I embark on outside of podcast time.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't play the game while we're trying to have a podcast.
I wasn't playing it. I was downloading it. So that's a great start to this adventure.
So,
Also, your
moving
webcam
from
isn't
the
working.
dating...
Hold on.
So let's continue on our journey,
That's-
because like I said, this is supposed to be a fucking journey. We go from the dating sim to December 13th, where they announce and release A Recipe for Seduction, a Lifetime original movie in which, per the Lifetime original movie formula, some busy woman finds the true meaning of love, Christmas, or both, usually both, through the will of a strapping young man who comes in through her life like a hurricane. In this case, Colonel fucking Sanders.
Well, okay, you know the Lifetime movie, you know the Hallmark movie. It's all the same plot, and eventually, I think the writers were just like, I don't know what to do.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
nothing
no,
left.
listen.
We've done the same plot over and over and over again. How do we change it up? I know, Colonel Sanders.
Tino, I want to tell you something. The marketing department so the company so fun fact from my commercial real estate days, KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut are owned by the same conglomerate. The guy who runs the marketing department there is probably getting a nice holiday bonus right now. Because it's just like, because I believe it's like, what if we just put out this joke trailer, and then someone said, why not, and someone else there said, why not go the extra mile and make the actual thing? And they're like, that's stupid. But it's like, yeah, but all people will be able to talk about is how stupid it is while they eat our chicken, because they'll remember KFC's delicious.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can already tell that this is going to become a cult classic just because of how absurd it is.
I mean,
like right up there
like
with
I
Food
said,
Fight.
I mean, that's the thing. It exists solely for its own audacity. And the gaming console is great because the gaming console, believe it or not, is actually a more natural evolution of this than you think. Because think about all the Baja Blast memes and Taco Bell memes that have existed in gaming culture for fucking forever. They already knew that they already marketed partly on that. So it's going to be like, I mean, the KFC brand is, let's do crazy shit to promote our chicken. Why not make a gaming console? We'll just buy these customized PCs, only release like a couple hundred of them, make them rare collectibles and stuff, and have them do stupid shit like have the chicken warmer drawer in them. And
I mean, at least it's something useful to do with the waste heat generated by a graphics card, but I mean, goodness.
I'll make it even better for you, Tino. There's now a Twitter account called KFC_gaming. I think they're starting an esports team.
Well,
I can literally hear Tino's soul leaving his body.
Gentlemen, we know what to do. We have to get good at StarCraft and then join the KFC team to represent.
We're not.
Oh, dude,
Korean
fuck
enough.
that. Oh, dude, fuck that. I'm going FGC on this bitch. The KFC wants to get in here. KFC can give me my 2-piece and a biscuit with my bread and butter combo. I suck at fighting games, by the way, so I shouldn't be talking shit.
So, all right, I can't handle this anymore.
I mean, okay,
right.
this is the. Let's think about this.
You know what?
This is the most 2020 thing, though, isn't it? It's
No,
like,
but this came out in 2019.
No,
What?
the gaming... the dating sim?
Yes.
The Dating Sim
Yeah,
came out last year,
Ah.
but the movie came out this year.
Yeah, but like
The movie came out
absurd
last
lengths
week.
to which the absurd lengths to which this has been taken is what I'm talking about. You know, like, how have we gotten to a point where fast food chains are creating esports teams and gaming rigs and have Lifetime movies? Like, how much
Tino?
cross-pollination is there?
Okay, so let's get a little inside baseball here. Tino, this is not even the saddest thing that major fast food brands have done. This is actually pretty cool, all things considered. No, the saddest thing is when the Twitter managers of these brands interact with each other to make it feel like the brand is a person.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the Wendy Chan stuff. Look, they all, it's becoming absurd.
Let's not forget the Arby's thing where they tried to be hey Zoomers, aren't you cool with us? You know, come buy our
Yeah,
stuff.
don't you like that we made a Buster
admittedly,
sword out
the
of
paper
cardboard?
craft shit was kind of cool.
Still very Zoomer like though.
Yeah.
I mean, the cardboard Gurren
completely
Lagann
not.
caught my attention.
What?
The cardboard Gurren Lagann caught my attention.
I mean, that was.
The
I
fact
will
that they
admit,
made hundreds of those is kind of nuts.
that was kind of cool, and I do like the effort they're putting into that. I'm not going to eat there, but I appreciate the effort.
Well, I mean, you're one over on me, man, because I ate at Arby's before this because my mom, for some reason, loves fucking Arby's.
I love me a roast beef and cheddar. Good
Arby's,
stuff.
you know what?
Yeah, no,
It's well. Here's the thing. I guess I'll clarify my statement. I'm not going to eat there more because they're putting out that stuff. I think like every 5 years I'll venture into an Arby's and be like, no, I'm here. I might as well. and that's when I'll get something from them. And
listen, I'll admit it is trash tier fast food, but sometimes trash is great.
No, but here's the thing. I've learned that with fast food, and we're talking about fast food again. I think we've done this every podcast so far.
Yeah.
With fast food, the longer between when you have it, the better it tastes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally.
Oh, that I'll agree completely. Wendy's hits different if you haven't had it for like 3 months.
Yeah. So with Arby's, like twice a decade, I'll go there, and that'll be great. But
the last time I went there was when I was watching my dad, and I just ordered it in.
I mean,
and that was
like that kind of applies to almost any kind of food, though. If you think about it, you know, if you eat the same thing too much, eventually you'll just kind of get desensitized to it.
Sure.
Indeed.
So,
but yeah, that whole thing is just so absurd. It's almost Monty Python level in my mind.
Yeah, it's so.
And that's why they do it, Tino. They do it because all you can think about is that, and at some point you're going to see a KFC, and you're going to be like, I could go for some chicken.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited that in a couple weeks, I will be re-embarking on a karate journey.
A karate journey?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome back.
Not like that. I mean, Cobra Kai Season 3 will be on Netflix.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's
I
probably
had a
talking about
feeling.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Which?
Oh, never mind. I have to start that series because I hear it's good.
So here's the thing, and I'll briefly discuss it without bringing up spoilers because it's probably one of the best things I've watched ever. If you watch the original Karate Kid movies, it's like all about there's a clear villain and a clear hero. This series really blurs the lines, and it makes you like go up and down about like who should I like, who should I hate. But it's really well written. Like the people who made this series have a vast love of the Karate Kid in general. So they really went all out with making this, and everything about it from, you know, like they'll use like songs from the 80s, like Airborne they have in season 2, which I was like, oh my God, they have Airborne in this? This is great. But they'll have like modern bands write 80s style songs. Like they'll do synth stuff to come up with character themes. It's really cool. And season 3 comes out, which I can't wait for because season 2 really puts you on a big cliffhanger. And that's the most I'm going to spoil it. But the thing is that in preparation for season 3 coming out, I've been watching things over the past month and a half on YouTube that I've really gotten into, which is the world of fake martial arts.
Oh, holy shit. So before we get into this, I'm going to ask, did you watch the Eye Patch Wolf video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
That was one of the first ones I saw.
Did you watch Sidekick?
What's up?
Did you watch Sidekick?
No. I did not watch...
That is a great movie.
No, it's not. You liar.
So, the basic... So I'm going to say one thing, because this is... After watching the Eye Patch Wolf video and then studying this for a brief period, there is a single through line, and it's the only word that kept coming up in my head as I was seeing this, and that is the word cult.
Yeah. So, hold on. Before we go any further, Tino, are you still with us, buddy?
I'm still with you.
Okay, just...
my camera just decided to be a turd.
Look,
so
I wasn't
I'm
sure
with
because you were being very silent, and I'm like, did we lose him? So, okay.
Well, you're talking about fake martial arts. I don't have a whole lot to say.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Trust me. So I'm going to bring up some stuff here. So Dave mentioned the Super Eye Patch Wolf thing, and
I'll send that link to Tino so that he can watch it later.
But there's a
it's
few
a good
people
video
I want to bring up. The earliest one is this guy called Count Dante, but I don't want to get to him right yet. I want to save him for a little bit. There's people who come up with these crazy things. There's this guy George Dillman, who actually was like a legitimate black belt in karate or something, but he teaches you this like chi power nonsense.
Oh, is he the no-touch guy?
Yes! He's the guy that was on National Geographic. National Geographic.
Yeah, and he was full of shit then.
Yes, and then he starts off by telling you all the great things, like, I could take the largest guy in the room and knock him out with my chi power. It's like a radio wave. And he's, like, selling it. And then, like, he tries it on the National Geographic chemist who shows up. And the chemist is like, yeah, you're a liar, dude. And George Zillman's just like, he's like, I know. The skeptic was a total non-believer. Which is like, oh, so if I don't believe in your fake martial art, it won't affect me? It's like, assume for a second, this guy actually had chi. He just told you, if you don't believe that I have chi, I can't use it on you. Which is like, dude, why would you even admit to that? And then he tried saying things like, oh, like, if you have your two big toes...
You can't Kamehameha wave me, I don't believe it.
Yeah. And then he told you that, like, oh yeah, you can nullify my chi power if you just alternate raise your two big toes over and over again. You'll stop my chi from working.
Capital C cult.
Yes. But...
Definitely.
But... He's not...
With playground logic.
He's not the worst one.
Except, Tino, this actually gets scary and terrifying.
Yeah,
so... continue on.
So, I'm going to... Before I get to Count Dante, because this guy's a trip and a half. There's this
That's
dude...
the video, by the way. Just put it in the general.
There's this dude in China who's like 40 years old and a mixed martial artist. And China started doing this whole cultural thing where they wanted to, like... revitalize interest in martial arts, which, okay, that's fine. You know, if you want to bring pride in your nation and all that kind of stuff, I don't have a problem with that, really. And martial arts is part of their culture. Okay, that's cool too. But the problem is that they were teaching forms of martial arts that were very...
Tai Chi.
Yeah, they were trying to make Tai Chi a thing, and Tai Chi's not a thing. So...
So here's the thing about Tai Chi. It is a thing as a very relaxing form of
meditation.
Of not just meditation, but
movement
like a
control.
low impact exercise is the term.
Yeah, it's a low impact.
It does not make you Goku.
Yeah.
And they were claiming it made you Goku.
I thought you had to be a 50-year-old woman to practice Tai Chi.
No, you could practice Tai Chi at any age, and I think I feel like if you actually took the time to like study Tai Chi and combine it with another martial art, maybe you can make Tai Chi its own martial art, but not the way...
But it doesn't make you Goku.
No, it doesn't. And that's the problem, is that they would teach us stuff and like say, oh, these Tai Chi guys can just, you know, knock people out without touching them and all this other stuff. And I always love, by the way, that these no-touch masters have like a big pot belly. It looks like they're smuggling like a Thanksgiving turkey underneath their shirt. And they just knock everyone... Like, all their students are ripped, like they just came from the gym. They got massive muscles, and these fat dudes are just like, oh, and just knocking them out. Like, okay, that works.
They're the televangelists of martial arts, is what it sounds like.
That's actually a very apt description.
They're literally a swastika on the forehead away from being Charles Manson at points.
Yeah, basically. And they're just one swastika as their symbol away from being as fanatical as the Nazis, because these things are cults. Like Dave said, they are capital CULTS cults. And it's crazy.
And here's the thing. May I interject here, Will?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What the Chinese government is doing is straight up just a propaganda campaign.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys they're promoting are not... A lot of the guys they're promoting are frauds, but they're not dangerous in the way that... The real crime of what's going on in China is related to this, but it's not the same thing we're talking about. When I talk about the capital C cults, I mean people like Count Dante. I mean like the second guy in that Eye Patch Wolf video. You know, the dude who was molesting kids.
Which one?
There's a very specific one. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
Dude who had the dude who had the Kentucky waterfall and the porno stash.
So here's the thing. I don't remember which guy you're talking about, because over the past month and a half, I've been watching so many videos about fake martial arts that it's sad and scary how many people get into fake martial arts or martial arts in general. It could even be a legitimate guy, and they use it to molest kids. It's frightening.
Yeah. So just
that actually happened to someone I know. I won't go into a whole lot of details in order to protect privacy, but like I've seen that kind of thing happen. Not seen it happen, but like,
I was gonna say, were you? Yeah. What were you, Mike McQueary?
I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but it was it was sex with someone who was underage, and it was somewhat related to martial arts and other things. But yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
so.
It didn't happen to anyone like really close to me, but it happened to somebody that I knew.
Yeah. So I want to make it clear that when we're talking about the fucked up things here, there's that on that side, and what the Chinese government is doing is still fucked up, but it's a different kind of fucked up.
Right.
Because their propaganda campaign is just that, a propaganda campaign, until somebody challenges it. You may take it from here.
Right. And before I jump in with that, if they were actually trying to teach, instead of making it a propaganda campaign, if they were teaching legitimate martial arts, this would actually be something that I would recommend every country do.
Yeah, it would just be
it's a way to keep your population
healthy. It's just a cultural heritage thing.
Not just a cultural heritage, it keeps your population healthy and in shape. And I think that would be a great thing. Like if instead of just regular gym class of playing basketball or whatever, like schools had like an hour a week, like the students can learn some martial arts, I think that'd be pretty cool. But back to what Dave and I were talking about. So there's this guy that's going around in China. He's a 40-year-old mixed martial artist, and he takes on all these supposed Tai Chi and Wing Chun masters, and he demolishes them. He demolishes
quickly too.
Like he doesn't, and he'll literally stand there in some fights and just stand there and take punches to the face, because it doesn't hurt him. These guys are so weak that they cannot hurt this dude. And he's even said, I'm a mediocre fighter. I'm in my 40s. I'm past my prime. I'm nothing special. And he demolishes these guys who are supposed to be the masters. And China is so upset about what he's doing that they've like lowered his social credit rating. He can't take like high-speed trains. He can't take flights out of the country. And it's like, so we talked about Dillman with his no-touch thing. And this is like...
Well, I mean, they'll do that if you so much as breathe wrong.
But this is also tied into like this whole martial arts cult mentality in a way. And I know China has like a lot of issues they really need to work out. But, it's something where it's a shame because China really does have a great opportunity here. If they really want to inspire people to be part of the culture again and to enjoy their heritage and get into martial arts, there are so many legit masters over there that can teach people. Like, you watch a few videos about how the Shaolin monks train, and it's like the training they go through, it's like, yeah, a lot of people would not be able to do this, but if you start teaching them from an early age, my God, like, your entire population would be six-pack abs and bowling ball shoulders, because these guys are just so ripped and in shape and able to do these crazy things. Like, I'm going to lean forward on the point of a spear with the point right on my Adam's apple, and my skin will never get broken.
So here's what's really fucked up about this, is that part of the reason the fake martial arts craze started is because there was a kung fu craze in the 80s brought on by the movies of people like Bruce Lee and whatnot. And a lot of those movies, they were made in response to these stereotypes of China as this broken country that existed to be invaded during the course of World War II. And there's a famous line in one of Bruce Lee's movies where after demolishing a dojo of Japanese judo masters, he comes out, destroys a sign that says "No Chinese" and says, "We are not sick men." And it instilled some pride in the people of China, who at that point were being kicked around. Mm-hmm. This is a taking of that ideal, which is power for the powerlessness, and twisting it into propaganda. And that's a special fucked up to me.
It is.
That just sounds like China to me.
And you're right, though. It is. It's another day in...
It just annoys me because it's something where if you look at like the actual legitimate people over there, like they could easily just be thrust into the limelight. I don't know why they're insisting on these fake Tai Chi guys. But then just because this got a little serious, and I want to make this fun again. Then you also got people like Count Dante.
And here we go.
We're gonna have some real fun now. This guy lived in Chicago. He called himself Count Dante because he claimed to be the descendant of Spanish royalty, even though his family was from Ireland. He used to advertise his poison hand techniques in the back of Marvel comic books.
Often considered cruel, the techniques of the poison hand are frowned upon for being lethal to a single touch.
Yeah.
Is this like the 5-point death touch from Kill Bill 2?
Kinda, yeah.
Yes, actually, it's literally what inspired that, because these advertisements were in the back of like Marvel comics and stuff.
Yeah. And he would walk around with his pet tiger, and then I think at one point, like, he was in what were called the Chicago Dojo Wars, where, like, karate dojos were just, like, fighting each other.
So this is where it becomes slightly less fun, because it becomes clear after a certain point that he's not just a grifter. He's, like, mentally ill enough to believe his own hype.
Yeah.
And he firebombed a rival dojo.
Yeah, he firebombed a rival dojo after being arrested and let out for that.
Why didn't he use karate against them?
No, that's the thing. That's how he firebombed it. He karate chopped the front door so hard and so fast that the door exploded into fire and set the dojo on fire. And that's how
that action was so impressive. No one noticed the firebomb he threw into their window.
Yes. So that happened, and then
everything changed when the fire dojo attacked.
Kinda. I mean, you're not wrong, but that's not even
then
the best part. No, he would carry a gun around and challenge people to shoot him. And then not only would he do that, but at one point he went to another dojo war. So he kicked in the front door of this dojo where the people in that dojo were waiting with like samurai weapons and stuff. And at one point, his best friend just got, like, impaled with a sword as they were running away, and he died in the street. Like,
that's actually less funny because someone fucking died. But
no, I'm not laughing at the fact that he died. I'm laughing at the fact that it got so crazy that literally they go to the dojo war, and this is something that you would have seen out of one of those Bruce Lee kung fu movies where, like, the dojos just show up with weapons. And I'm watching a documentary about this, and I'm like, this can't possibly be real. And then they're showing you, like, the police report, the autopsy report. I'm like, how is this a thing?
Oh, yeah, no. So that's the interesting thing is that what makes these things... the reason I say cults and not scams... So here's where I draw... So falling briefly back to the China thing, the China thing's a scam. The shit happening with Count Dante and Tillman and all those guys, that's a cult.
Yeah.
Because the people who are running it believe. Count Dante believed. He would hand that gun to people to say, shoot me so I can catch the bullet.
Yeah.
And when the belief is challenged and falls apart, they come up with an excuse. No matter how illogical that excuse sounds.
Yeah.
Like how Dillman said, the skeptic was a total non-believer.
Exactly.
Although I will say that one of the reasons why I even got on this kick is because I forget who I was talking to, but we were talking about the idea of martial arts and what is considered fake martial arts, and I said, well, the stuff that you see in Cobra Kai is like kind of fake martial arts. Because a lot of people, I remember, because I was even a victim of this when I was a kid. Like, you grow up watching Power Rangers, and you want to learn karate, because that looks cool. So you sign up for karate lessons, and then you learn none of that stuff. Like, you learn actual martial arts. And it's like, oh, yeah, like, this stuff is super stylized. So...
Yeah, because what happens in Cobra Kai is called stage fighting.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch. But it's definitely fake. And then after that, I tried looking up, I don't know why, I just Googled fake martial arts, and I went down that rabbit hole with Dillman and Count Dante and everything. So that was a whole,
Oh, yeah, the dude from the Eye Patch Wolf video who was a child molester, I just remembered, he claimed to have psychic powers that he could demonstrate, which was
he was on James Randi's show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I remember this guy. I don't know the guy's name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. He wasn't. It wasn't Uri Geller. It was someone else. It was this dude who claimed that like he actually I think had some martial arts training, but he claimed like he could move like pages of books and pencils with his mind, when really he would just like make a tiny little, like he would close his mouth like this, and then he'd open it up like a tiny bit, like, and then he would just blow air, and that's how he would turn stuff and move pencils. So they decided that they were going to test him by putting like styrofoam shavings by the book and the pencil. And I think before they even did that, like, they brought out someone who did the same trick to this guy, and he was surprised. Like, he actually thought the other person was doing it too.
Yeah.
So he looks bewildered, because here he is scamming everyone by blowing on the page, and meanwhile, like, this other guy comes out, blows on the page too, and this guy just has a reaction like that one hippie dude from the Blob 2, where he just goes, like, he doesn't know how to react.
I thought I was the only one who came up with this scam.
Well, here's the thing. To him, and this is why I said cult, not scam, he actually believed he'd been another psychic. Like, yeah. he was doing the scam thing, but he believed that was psychic powers.
Oh, yeah.
While blowing air out of his mouth.
Yes. No, you have to understand, this is a special layer of fucked up.
That's like 18 different kinds of doublethink all going on at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just love how this guy, like, he was complaining.
Like I said, everything here becomes less funny when the crimes start coming out.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm not talking about that part yet. I find it hysterical that, like, as soon as they were going to introduce the styrofoam pieces, he's making excuses like, they're generating such a powerful electrical field that I can't turn the pages of this book anymore. And everyone was like, well, if it really is psychic phenomenon, I don't see why or that would matter. And also, they barely generate electricity. That's impossible. Like, the one guy actually, like, the one skeptic actually said to him, like, I could put the pieces of styrofoam near the pages of this book, and even if they do generate as strong of an electrical field as you claim, I could blow the pages over and they'll still turn.
Right.
So he told this guy that he could do his actual trick and like still make it work, and the guy just sat there like, oh, I'm gonna get exposed.
But like I said, where this gets creepy is that he didn't think he was getting exposed. He thought, oh my God, I'm not alone.
Yeah, that was really just...
Like
yeah,
he was a weird dude.
That's just how cults are, you know?
Yeah.
You get one person to believe it, and then the next person, and then soon it becomes legitimate, so to speak, and, you know, it kind of goes from there. It's like Scientology. It used to be about, you know, bettering your life.
We're gonna get sued.
Listen, I'm just saying that's basically what Scientology was at the very beginning. It was a bunch of, you know, stuff about how to improve your life, you know, make yourself feel better about yourself, etc., etc. But then came the exploitation and...
Yeah, I believe that if L. Ron Hubbard didn't say that he wanted his own religion at some point in the 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been... Well, it could have just been like a self-help book, and it would have been fine, you know?
It would have worked until you introduce all the lore, and then you're like, what?
Yeah. Like, oh, there's a bunch of people on my body?
I think my favorite was when South Park did an episode making fun of Scientology.
And this is what Scientologists actually believe.
Yeah, this is the message. This is what Scientologists believe.
DC hates dropping bombs into volcanoes 75 million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then they put up that shield so the ghost can't escape the Earth.
Yeah. Like I said, it's funny until you remember, they are sue-happy lunatics who have gotten their tax-exempt status.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people got hurt through Scientology. A whole lot.
Yep, and on
Why
that
are we
note,
talking about the past tense? They still fucking exist.
And on that note, we will now be raising money for our legal defense fund. Once Scientology comes after us for discussing them,
Yeah.
they'll have to, of course, wait.
This
like,
episode's
knock,
getting
knock.
us banned in China. This episode's going to get us sued by Scientology. Fucking bring it. You're a lawyer. We can handle this shit.
Whoa,
We're gonna get attacked by people who blow pieces of paper around.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with that, we should just end the podcast.
Bye, fuckers. Anyway.
Later.
Oh my god.
Well, if we want to talk about something that'll get us banned in Puerto Rico,
Oh God! What now?
well, as you guys probably know, the Arecibo radio telescope collapsed on the 1st of December.
Oh yeah,
really
rest in peace, GoldenEye.
Yeah. Well, I've got a personal connection to it because a friend of mine from high school worked there, past tense now. So.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, but I got to go there. I got to go there in February of this year because I was doing a story about asteroids and how people from our area were just checking out asteroids, looking at radio pulses in the sky, checking to see, make sure that nothing big is going to hit us. And that was right before all the COVID stuff hit, so. That was it was on my bucket list, and it would have been one of the last times that anybody ever would have been able to go. Now, of course, the geek connection to this is GoldenEye and GoldenEye N64.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. There's another geek connection to this.
The movie Contact.
The movie Contact. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but no one cares about that.
That's for the.
GoldenEye's the better reference.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Contact's the better reference, but that's because I'm a dork. So.
Yeah, you are.
GoldenEye is definitely the better reference for that, and oh my god,
For England.
I actually watched that movie on Thanksgiving.
Oh man, I want to watch that movie now.
That movie's it actually holds up pretty well.
I want to play. I want to play that game. I still never got to play the whole thing.
You've never played GoldenEye?
Well, okay, so I've played part of... Okay, so way back when I was 7 years old or whatever, we didn't have an N64, but some friends of the family did have an N64. Now, they were older, their kids had moved out of the house, but they still had an N64, and so every time we would go over after church on Sundays, I would, start up their N64 and play it. Now, they actually gave me their N64 for my 8th birthday. It was my first gaming console. But because I was 8, my parents were like, GoldenEye, that's one where you run around and shoot people. Maybe an 8-year-old shouldn't have that one. So I only ever played the levels that I got to play when I was over at their house. Strangely enough, I still did get Shadows of the Empire because I guess stormtroopers aren't people. So
either that or lasers aren't bullets.
Uh,
Are you saying that your friends are heathens?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that all I'm saying is that I was slower on the uptake for FPS.
I see.
So I was about to
sounds like you were
once I
introduced to Satan at a young age. Got it.
So Tino,
once I played Battlefield 1942, it was all over. I was addicted to FPSs.
Oh yeah.
So Tino, I was about to get your hopes up.
Oh.
And I'm glad I researched this before I did. There was a thing released for the Xbox One called the Rare Replay that had a whole bunch of N64 games on it. And I was checking to see if GoldenEye was included, and there's specifically a line in this article about GoldenEye not being included due to licensing issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, emulators are a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, emulators are a thing, so...
If
Which
you
actually, now that I
want to
think
steal
about
a
it-
game...
Now that I think about it, I don't have an excuse, do I?
Well, you know what? I will say this, and Tino, emulators will help you play the campaign mode of that game. But if you really want to experience GoldenEye, you need yourself and 3 of your friends all huddled around a TV shooting each other in multiplayer. Because growing up, that was like Battle Royale. My friends and I would get on to, I think it was the complex, that level.
Oh, yeah, with all the gray wall, with the red sky for no reason.
Yeah, the red sky, and we put the golden gun on, and my buddy Nick would always play Odd Job.
Cheating fuck.
Nick Lucchese. So he would always play Odd Job, and me, Evan, and Ray would always team up and try to get rid of him because he was so short and you couldn't hit him, and he'd get the golden gun before us. So we would always try to just get him and kill him, and then once we killed him, we would all give ourselves golden guns and camp the golden gun site and wait for him to show up to try to kill him.
Wow.
Because we didn't want him to get the golden gun and be a menace to us.
I mean, let's be honest. Go ahead.
The key to defeating Odd Job lied in those little yellow buttons, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you crouch down, and then once I figured that out, it was game over.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, you just had to aim down.
Let's be honest. LAN parties were probably like some of our best childhood memories, right?
Yeah.
No.
It was for
me.
me.
I mean, I know technically four people. I know technically 4 people on an Xbox isn't a LAN party, but you've got a whole bunch of people in the same space up until 2 a.m. all playing the same game, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
True.
Same thing. It's just one has a router, the other doesn't. That's the only real difference.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Tino, remind me that when COVID abates and cons become a thing again, to take you to MagFest.
I think
where there is.
Oh wait, no, I wasn't at MagFest. It was the other one.
Where they have a giant ballroom that becomes a giant LAN party.
Oh yeah, that's become like the thing at a whole lot of cons. I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, but it's I see people taking their souped up rigs on trolleys into that place. It is.
I hope they have I hope they have the speedrun marathon again next time because that was cool.
Yeah, you could.
Well, MagFest 2021 is going to be a digital fair, so.
Yeah, I know. Well,
you guys can't see it, but I am in fact wearing a shirt that says LAN Party on it. So
nice.
I came prepared.
No, I hope that in 2022 they'll have another speedrun marathon that I can wake up at 2 a.m. and go and watch. Actually, fun story. When I went to the speedrun marathon at MagFest in this year, all the way back before COVID happened, there was a speedrun for Resident Evil 2, I think, but it wasn't until 4 a.m, and I got there at 1. And I just ended up sleeping for 3 hours there. And I woke up and I'm like, oh, Leon's here.
Was it the original or the remake?
He wasn't standing over you, was he?
Nice.
No, it was just there were no cameras or anything watching anybody, so I just took a nap.
Although there were a lot of Leon cosplayers that year because, remake came out.
Yeah, because the remake was pretty recent still. And RE3 remake was coming out this year.
I'm gonna practice Countdown Vampires and offer to speedrun it at
MagFest.
Oh
God, dude, you know what? There probably is some new speedruns. Hold on.
All right, you gotta let me know if there is, because then I'm gonna look up video on how to play this game better.
You're gonna get those Countdown Vampire strats.
Okay, so there. So there is. They're all on emulator number 1. But people beat it around an hour and 21 minutes.
We were nowhere close to that.
I know. We were playing the game for 5 hours. Is this game over yet? And you're like, this is still the first disc. I'm like, there's more than one disc.
No, because I'm like, no, we're not near the end yet. And then I opened the case. That's when I learned there were 2 discs.
You didn't even notice. You're like, oh no, there's another disc. More repeatable rooms.
Multiple discs? What is this, FF7?
We all have to get together and play that game to completion as a Halloween event for this podcast.
I don't know. Based on the way Steve reacts, that sounds like it might be torture.
What do you mean?
Oh, that game is terrible.
Be the greatest event.
It's so bad.
It's going to be great.
No.
You know what? If the vaccine comes out in April and we all get it, I'm going to bring that game to Steve's Halloween party, and then we're just going to play it there.
Well, I mean, the vaccine is already out. I mean,
No, I mean for everyone.
I mean, my sister-in-law got it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's a doctor.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that it's already being distributed in the hospitals. Frontline workers first, then, elderly people who aren't white next, and then, everyone else. So, yeah.
We'll get it in June, something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather let everyone else go first anyway. That way, if they become zombies, I'm not infected.
Yeah, and then we can have the pool party in August.
Yeah!
It'll be great.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Because we totally didn't do that this year. We did not.
No.
We did not. Absolutely not.
We did like single pool parties.
Yeah.
Just like me and
Yeah.
Will.
It's like,
And
okay,
me, Will,
you
and
stay at
Wingstop.
that end of the pool. I'll stay over at this end of the pool. The virus can't survive underwater.
Technically, chlorine kills the virus, and my pool is spread out where we could all each be in our own corner of the pool and be more than 6 feet apart.
We're gonna get a fact check
It's
notification
outdoors.
below this video now. Like,
Oh, boy.
actually,
You know what? So, China, the Scientologists, and now the CDC are all going to be coming after us.
Oh, fantastic!
We're going after it. It's us versus the world tonight,
It's gonna
gentlemen.
be like a Yakuza game where we turn a corner somewhere and it's just like it's standing there, and then the screen goes black and white for a second, and it just comes up in these red stylized letters that just goes CDC, and there's a dung dung sound of a drum.
So, I kind of want to circle back real fast because when we were talking about GoldenEye earlier, and Steve mentioned like staying up late to watch a speed run. I remember there was a night. It was when I was growing up. It was like during the summer. Me, Evan, and Ray had a sleepover where we had gone swimming all day long, and we were playing N64. It was Mario Party, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, and Perfect Dark, and we were just playing these games like all into the night. And we fall asleep in the back room of my parents' house, and for whatever reason, at 6 o'clock in the morning, Evan just starts shouting, "It's 6 o'clock!" And Ray and I got so mad because he woke us up. We were tired.
Oh man,
that reminds sorry, go ahead.
That's just like me. Like this morning, I woke up at like 2 a.m. The cats were like, "It's time to get up!" to start beating on me. I'm like, "Go away, cats!" So
bring me the food.
So I'm very tired. Like I had to like nap before this, and I'm still very tired.
I see your little pillow and blanket behind.
Yeah, I know. It's I'm so tired, man.
What you were saying, Will, about people just being tired after a LAN party. That is exactly what would happen with all the LAN parties that I would have in high school. It was like multiple times a school year. It would be mostly a bunch of band people, and then that would be a Friday night. Saturday there'd be a football game. We would all be playing in the stands, but one of my friends who was on the football team literally lived, right next to me, kind of like, Evan lives next to you. He's the one who lives next to you. Yeah. So just kind of like how Evan lives next to you. It would be like 2 a.m, and he would be like, "Okay, I have to get some rest because there's a football game tomorrow." But we'd be playing Halo, and he'd be like, "All right, one more game of infection, and then I'm gone." All right, 3 games later, one more game of infection, then I'm gone. 8 games later, one more game of infection, then I'm gone. I'm like, dude, it's 5 a.m. We can.
Dude, the sun's coming up.
But yeah, that's like
right.
Those are treasured memories that I never want to forget. Like we had a drop ceiling basement, so we would borrow a projector from our church, and I would hang a bed sheet from the drop ceiling and do like rear projection for one Xbox, and then our regular TV would be another Xbox, and then we would have like a tiny little screen that one person was playing on. That would be a third one. It was
nice.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting nostalgic.
Oh man, that reminds me of the stories of Steve, you may know this because of there are anime fighting games that are popular and utilized for tournaments, but they don't get the big rooms at the big tournaments. Nah, they get some dude's guest room that they stock them into. And so that's how you get up things like the Melty Blood setups being on the toilet. Because they literally just put the laptop on the toilet and hooked up the controllers to it, because that's the only place they had room in the guy's room.
Yeah, Melty Blood always got like the walk-in closet and stuff.
That is
Under
not
Night got
a place
the showers.
I would want to play.
Under Night got the shower.
Yeah, well, Under Night Birth is actually getting pretty popular.
Well, I mean, Under Night got main stage.
Yeah, which is surprising, considering the style of game that it is. But I mean, to be fair, Dragon Ball FighterZ is also an anime fighting game, and it's insanely popular.
When Strive drops, Guilty Gear is coming back to Evo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, Guilty Gear is fantastic.
Oh, Guilty Gear is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, you want to talk about fucked up lore for a video game?
Oh God.
Anything about Yoko Taro?
Well, no. Yoko Taro is actually fucked up. I'm talking about convoluted to a near Kingdom Hearts level.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, Guilty Gear's story is, good lord.
Guilty Gear's story is not only nuts. Guilty Gear is like, how do I phrase this? Guilty Gear is a heavy metal album cover, filtered, run through an anime filter, and then just set up for a display for all the world to see.
Yeah,
the game is metal as shit.
Yeah,
but
they talk about
gear.
They talk about gears and stuff. Like they're an actual like mecha thing. But
no, gears are a race of beings. Because it's the short version of the story is magic is real, and some asshole decided, hey, we can genetically engineer living things to put magic in their DNA, and nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
Spoiler
it's
alert,
a weird story.
Everything went wrong.
The only two things I remember about Guilty Gear from the college days were the time that Evan Denian challenged me to Guilty Gear, and he perfect full comboed me because I never played fighting games.
Yeah, with his half arm.
Yeah, and I just threw the controller in disgust and left. And the only other thing, other than that memory that I know about Guilty Gear, is that there was that dude in the game room who, like, the one day dropped his bag and his folder fell out, and all he had were, like, all these printed out hentai pictures of Dizzy from Guilty Gear.
Oh, yeah.
Go back. Yeah. Go back a second, because I don't remember anything about this incident. Are you telling me that
this was before your time?
This is before your time.
Okay. Let me get this straight. You got insta-killed.
No, it actually might have been around Tino's time.
Well, I still didn't know about this. You got insta-killed by a guy playing a fighting game where you're supposed to put in combos, and he only had one hand?
He only has his left arm is only half an arm. Like it wasn't fully developed.
Fun fact, Evan Denian's
this guy.
He's pretty epic.
He is. Hold on, real fast. Evan Denian is on Discord. I've talked to him recently because he likes to play Among Us a lot. I don't know if he still plays fighting games, considering he's now living in Japan with a wife and his 4-year-old son. So he's off busy doing that.
He still plays. He and I played Final Fantasy 14 for a good while, and he was like literally the best player that I've ever played with in Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. Like he was just insanely good.
Evan, if you're watching this, man, you're still cool as shit.
Oh yeah, I remember there were times where and Dave, we were actually hanging out when we saw this happen. It was right near the bell tower. Evan Denian used to occasionally wear a sweater and a prosthetic arm with gloves on, and he would just walk around campus, and every now and again would just go, "Oh no, I'm falling over," and he'd fall over so that his prosthetic arm would be jutting out in a really messed up direction, and then people would be like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" He'd be like, "Yeah, why? What's wrong?" And I remember Dave and I watched him do this the one day, and these 3 girls got really freaked out, and Dave and I were almost falling on the ground laughing. So
because sometimes he would just stand up. Because sometimes if we were sitting in one of the studios, he'd just stand up and put the arm at a weird angle and just walk off.
Yeah,
fun.
No,
fun fact. So sad I never met this guy.
Fun fact: he still does that in Japan every now and then.
So what gets to me about that is that the reason he was wearing
Evan, I don't know you, but I love you.
The reason he was wearing that prosthetic was to qualify for getting a robot arm. I remember him getting the robot arm, and he hated that thing because he had to put his thing in a special sleeve that compressed his stump in order to fit into the arm, and its controls were really wonky. But he used to like doing that thing because he could spin it on its wrist hinge.
You know what's great though?
He full 360.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great way to freak people out.
You know what's great though? He gets the disability discounts for like transportation because he has half an arm. Just makes me laugh. He's like I'm disabled. And he like shows the card when he gets on a bus. It's like,
but he's doing more with half an arm than most of us are doing with both arms. Like this. Guy
I know.
Makes,
it just makes me laugh.
This guy makes me think of like those people with missing legs and they're marathon runners, and then I'm sitting there with both legs, being like, well, what am I doing, man?
There's a dude that like had. It's crazy. Like there's dudes that have like missing arms and like they're still black belts in karate, and you think like, oh, it's like a pity belt, but no, like they can actually kick your ass. And to this day, I will say this: I have never met someone who was as good at fighting games as Evan Denian was, and everyone else. They have both hands. They have no excuse. Just get good.
Yeah, I mean, like you just like get over your disability. That's really the deal. You just live with it, and find other ways around it. That's really the deal.
And the fact that he is just like, like everything that he does, like when he wants to do something, he just literally is just like, I'm gonna master this. And it's not like this. Today on Hallmark, a lifetime inspiring story.
By
no,
KFC.
It's like. Yeah, it's like, dude, this guy's just
full circle. We did it.
Full circle. We did it.
We're multiple full circling at this point.
By the way, we have to send this. By the way, we just
stuff.
spent like 20 minutes jacking Evan off on this thing. We have to send him this episode.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It was just a crazy day.
Yeah, this is probably a good time to wrap it up, though. Been about an hour.
I have no idea how long we've been running because because technical glitches.
We've all been on and off.
Yeah, I need
tonight.
to do two things. I need to call my girlfriend and I need to eat dinner. So
yeah, I need to go to bed tired.
Well, before we
I need to get a girlfriend and I need to eat dinner.
Well, before we wrap up, I just want to say to everyone here and everyone watching, Dave, I know you celebrate Hanukkah, but Merry Christmas to all of you anyway.
Hanukkah's over, man.
And,
Merry Christmas away.
If I don't hear from you guys or see you guys before then, Happy New Year as well. Whatever other holidays you guys celebrate out there, have a very happy holiday and a Festivus for the rest of us.
So that actually reminds me. Have you ever heard of? This is an old Simpsons poll, but it's Krusty the Clown's every holiday he could think of rhyming scheme.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've actually heard
I think I can do it from memory. Hold on. It's like, and remember, kids, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a crazy Kwanzaa, a tip-top tet, and a solemn and respectful Ramadan.
Oh, yeah!
Nice.
That's too much of a mouthful. I'm just going to go with Happy Holidays.
Yeah, Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
From...
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Wait, why am I saying
New
Happy
Year.
Holidays? I'm the pastor's kid. Merry effing Christmas.
I mean, Hanukkah's over, so Merry Christmas.
Hold on, let me send Tino the song of Mr. Garrison going around the world singing Merry Christmas to everyone.
All right, well, we can do it off stream.
Yeah.
No.
All right, then. So, bye, everybody.
Wait, we're leaving?
We're done.
We're done.
Are you sure? And don't lie to me, or I'll.
No, we're saying bye so that Tino can have a point to end the stream.
You missed the. Here's the joke. It went over your head. You can't see me, but that's the motion I'm making.
And right now, Tino would be fading out the audio and putting the music up, and.